I came into New Heart Place reluctantly. I was being motivated by my sister. I had actually lost where I was living, which was my van. I got into a car accident. It was totaled, and she needed some place to put me. And she had heard about New Heart Place through Margie and Charlie's son. And I had some court issues that I was dealing with. So I was just trying to take care of those and get a temporary place to live. So I thought I'd give New Heart Place a try. So I was insisting that it was only going to be a month.
Yeah.
And it began to turn the lights on. That's the first thing I realized when I got there, is that I didn't realize that I was living with so few lights on in my head. It's like all the other lights in the room began to turn on, and I began to see things more clearly. And it began to feed my spirit, and I began to grow closer to God, and I began to heal. At that point, I had been living in my van for maybe a year. I was doing drugs constantly. I decided I didn't want to work anymore. I just wanted to do drugs and live in my van. And I was taking my own spiritual path. But I was very dark and hopeless inside. There was a moment when I had a breakthrough, and it was about 3 months into the program, and I was going to have to go back to the court and deal with these treatment issues. There was a possibility they wouldn't accept New Heart Place as treatment, and I would have to leave to do the treatment that was government approved. And I was really struggling. When I leave this place, am I going to continue with this Christian path that I've started here? Or am I just going to go back to my old ways? Or something. And I had a moment in a Tuesday night prayer meeting when I decided, I'm tired of my own ways. I want to do things God's way, and I'm just going to surrender to that. Tuesday night prayer meetings, they were a huge blessing to me from God. To me, it felt like coming back home, because I started coming to Westgate in 1994, but I lost my way, obviously. And I was out in the world, and somehow God brought me home. And, being in those Tuesday night services, I felt like I was home again in His presence, and that's where I belong.
Yeah.
I never thought that I could be a part of ministry, but I had a desire deep in my heart that maybe someday God, He could use me somehow for ministry. But coming into New Heart Place, I saw the opportunity, and when the cross-cultural course, ministry course started, there was an opportunity for me to join that, and so I decided to start that class. And God, He is growing me, and perhaps there is a possibility that I will be used for ministry someday. God, He can transform lives. I'm evidence of that. I think there's hope that their lives can be transformed. God, He hears us when we cry out to Him. And God, He intervened in my life to get me off the streets and out of that lifestyle, and I was reluctant. And however, the sheep know the shepherd's voice, and when I heard His voice, I was drawn to Him. And it took a lot of time for me to be renewed in my mind, and for me to get a new vision and new goals for my future, but it worked, and it happened. Thank you all so much for all of your kindness. I am so blessed to be a part of this family. You all are so kind and so good, and it's been such a great encouragement, and thank you so much.